Hello, I'm Mary Margaret with Raising a Reader, Aspen to Parachute, a local nonprofit organization whose mission is to provide support and encouragement to you and your children's teachers as you work together to prepare your children for success in school and life. Today, I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about screen time. Technology has brought many new advances to our lives. Smartphones, tablets, and screens are everywhere. Don't worry, we aren't going to tell you to throw all that away and go back to the days of covered wagons. But we do want to discuss what many parents are asking themselves: how much screen time is too much? What kind of programs or games are appropriate? A general guideline we would like to start out with is this: we know that young children's brains are developing and growing with lightning speed between the ages of 0 and 6, faster than at any other time in their lives. We have an opportunity to support this crucial period of brain development. What their growing brains need most is human interaction and language. They need to hear as many words spoken by live humans as possible, and reading together, by the way, is a great way to do this. They need opportunities to ask questions, they need engaging playtime, and lots of face-to-face human interaction. So as parents, the question to ask ourselves is whether the screen time, either ours or our children's, is interfering with our one-on-one time together. If it is, that's when we know it's a problem. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, too much media use can mean children do not have enough time to play, study, talk, or sleep, all of which are crucial for their development. Research has also linked excessive screen time to shortening of our children's attention spans. Fast action and instant gratification coming from screens is decreasing their capacity to stay focused, which becomes problematic later in school. It's important to be mindful about how much, when, and how we and our children use technology. Parents play a crucial role in regulating children's media use and should set expectations and boundaries. First, let's talk about young children. The American Academy of Pediatrics recently released new recommendations. First, for children younger than 18 months, avoid use of screen media other than video chatting. Second, parents of children 18 to 24 months of age who want to introduce digital media should choose high-quality programming and watch it with their children to help them understand what they're seeing and talk with them about it. For children ages 2 to 5 years, limit screen use to 1 hour per day of high-quality programs and watch programs as much as possible with your children. For children ages 6 and older, place consistent limits on the time spent using media and the types of media, and make sure media does not take the place of adequate sleep, physical activity, social time with you and others, or other behaviors essential to health. Designate media-free times together, such as dinner or driving, as well as media-free locations at home, like bedrooms. Finally, have ongoing communication about online citizenship and safety, including treating others with respect, online and offline. How much time young children spend in front of screens is important, but the quality of the media is also critical. Sesame Workshop, or PBS, and PBS Kids has a great on-demand app, are recommended, and programs with commercials are not. Many programs in cartoon format are actually not appropriate for young children. Now let's talk about parents and screens. As we all know, probably from personal experience, many parents struggle to balance their own screen time with their real-life responsibilities. Our children are watching us, and we set the example for them. One recent study showed that the more often parents allow their attention to be diverted away from their children by technology, the more behavioral problems the children have. As parental distraction by technology increased, the children's behavioral problems increased as well. The children's own use of devices also increased. Researchers found that even low amounts of parental distraction by technology were associated with child behavior problems. And I think we can all agree that we do not want our children to have more behavioral problems than they already have. We're not suggesting that you give up your screen time, but rather that you find ways to put your screens aside as much as possible when there's time available to spend with your child. Remember, your interactive time with your child is building their brains, literally. Finally, let's touch on teens and screens, the dreaded teenage years. The time to think about that is now, when childhood habits are being formed and you have the opportunity to establish family norms while your child is very young. A new report shows that starting in 2012, when smartphone ownership reached 50% in the U.S., adolescent self-esteem, life satisfaction, and happiness plunged. Teenagers who spent more time on electronic communication and screens and less time on non-screen activities had lower psychological well-being. Adolescents spending a small amount of time on electronic communication were the happiest. For older children and teenagers, the problem is when media use displaces healthy activities such as face-to-face interaction, physical activity, hands-on exploration, and sleep. Teenagers who get a small amount of exposure to screen time, between 1 and 5 hours a week, are actually happier than those who get none at all. The least happy teens were those who used screens for 20 or more hours a week. Happiest teens, according to the study, are those who are above average in face-to-face social interaction time and below average in social media use. We have an important role as parents to play in helping our teenagers make healthy decisions about technology, providing logical limits and maintaining constant communication. Here are some of our favorite resources for parents thinking about children and screen time. CommonSenseMedia.org is a great website where parents can look up books, movies, and video games to see whether they are appropriate for particular ages and to get more information. Common Sense Media also has a lot of recommendations for parents specifically about kids' digital well-being. The website healthychildren.org has suggestions on how to set up a family media plan, and the American Association of Pediatrics has great information as well. You can also find additional information on our website, rar4kids.org. That's rar4kids.org, and on our Facebook page. Thanks for listening.